Coming up next on Heartland Highways, you'll get a look inside this magnificent building and learn more about the people who built it. Then we'll meet Kent Yates, who has a talent for preserving Jefferson clocks. Finally, visit a retreat center tucked away in the Illinois countryside. Those adventures are coming your way on Heartland Highways. Our final journey this week takes us to the countryside near Atwood, Illinois. Here we met the Harshbarger family, whose retreat center provides a quiet and peaceful getaway far away from the noise and distractions of the city. What's interesting about this story is that the center resides on where their ancestors once did, something they discovered by accident.
We'd been asking a friend of ours who was a realtor to keep an eye on a small town somewhere around Champaign-Urbana where most of our kids lived, and she called me several times. There'd be something in Homer, something in Sedoris or something, and one day she said, "There's a house in Atwood, and every time I go by there, I think of you guys." And she said, "Would you like to go look at it?" So we came out here, and I just fell in love with it when I first saw it, and we went in the front door, and just around the corner was the family who lived here, the man and his wife, and on the coffee table was the Harshbarger genealogy book.
As it turned out, the house and surrounding land had been occupied by Harshbarger family members since the 1840s. While Shirley and her husband Dale were moving into the house, they discovered that another piece of family history was nearby.
We found out that this log cabin was available. Some young man that lived about a mile over here was going to build himself a house, and when he tore down the old house on the property, the log cabin was in there. And so he did some research, and he found out that my husband's great-great-grandfather and his brother had built that house in 1837. And so the kids said, "Oh, let's go see it. Let's go look at it," And we said, "No, we don't want to do that. We just bought this house. We don't have the money to do anything with a cabin." But the more we talked about it, the more we thought about it. It was such a unique thing to be able to find something at that age that belonged to my husband's family.
Shirley sent out a letter to family members asking for support with moving and restoring the cabin.
I sent out the letter to 300 people, and 100 people came. Not all of them from far away, some from here, just local people even came. And we took it all down in one weekend, and then it took 2 years to get it all put back together.
Sometimes I look back at what the cabin actually looked like when we first saw it, and whatever possessed us to think that we could take it all apart log by log and put it all back together. But it turned out to be something that was really special because we got to meet all these members of our family that we didn't even know.
The 1914 house was run as a bed and breakfast by Shirley and her husband. Dale passed away in 1994, but Shirley kept it open until 1999.
The thing of it is, my husband and I bought the house with the intention of my 4 children receiving it when we're gone. And so instead of selling it after the bed and breakfast, I decided that we needed to keep it because when I'm gone, and then it would belong to the 4 children.
And I realized that my generation, my siblings and my cousins, are the 7th generation from the original Harshbargers that came here. Because I imagined that the men that built the cabin probably had no thought that 7 generations later there would be this house here and there would still be Harshbargers here. They probably didn't even think about that. So the fact that it actually happened and that we're aware of that now makes us all feel the responsibility towards the land and our family history here too.
And so the Harshbarger family decided to not only keep the homestead for themselves, but open it to the public as a multi-purpose retreat center tucked away in the Illinois countryside.
We were thinking of all the different skills that each of us have and how they could combine here to be part of a business, and that way we could still have the house for the family and share it with other people too.
So now the Harshbarger Homestead Retreat Center welcomes writers, photographers, businesses, and others who are looking for a peaceful country getaway.